I'll just clarify a couple things that Doug said with respect to ownership. If you have an owner's license already, you can claim a horse. If you don't have an owner's license, claiming a horse is a way to attain one. To get an open claim certificate, though, you need to fill out the application. You actually do come in and see us. And what we basically do is just make sure you kind of know what you're getting into, who your trainer is going to be, what are the expenses, and that sort of thing. 'Cause there's nothing worse than an owner, once they get a horse and all excited at the, first month's bill comes, and you're like, $3,500, are you kidding me? And that, that's what it costs. So we really encourage owners to talk to their trainer, learn what their expenses are, learn what the day rate is, learn that, the veterinarian costs money and the shoer costs money and the abandoned company costs money, and there's all sorts of things like that. So we sign your open claim, and as Doug said, a lot of owners think then you have an owner's license. You actually don't. If you're going the open claim route, you actually don't get your owner's license until you successfully claim a horse. Oh, and I should probably mention authorized agent as well. A lot of owners decide to make their trainer their authorized agent, which basically allows them to move money on their behalf, claim on their behalf, and things like that. There are basically two different things you can do: claim as an authorized agent or move money around. Personally, unless you know your trainer really well and you're very comfortable with them, I suggest calling them an authorized agent for claiming purposes only. And once the relationship develops a little bit, you might want to move to the next step, but we recommend that you actually, the good folks at the TOC gave me a couple of the forms here. Yeah, this is actually a claim, agreement to claim, which is the thing you actually drop in the box 15 minutes before the race. I recommend that trainers fill it out for owners, although owners can, simply because if you get anything wrong, we invalidate the claim. If it's spelled incorrectly, if you miss a blank, and trainers like Doug do it all the time. That's what they do for a living and make very few mistakes. You'd be surprised, if the wrong race is on, the wrong date. It seems like a small thing. Obviously we know what horse you were talking about if it's spelled incorrectly, but all trainers know that if they miss a letter or add a letter, your claim is invalidated.
Just a quick question on the licensing process. Are you going through the same background check and all of that with this open claim?
Absolutely.
License.
One of the requirements for an open claim license is you basically fill out sort of a financial application. And the California Horse Racing Board investigators go through the background check, make sure you don't have any convictions, make sure finances are in order, things like that.
Are you fingerprinted as well?
You're fingerprinted as well.
So this is not something you want to do the morning of the claim?
No. I suggest, as Doug said, being organized and actually kind of getting this done beforehand, because, a lot of things can go wrong. Getting all the partners there, for instance. Having the money on deposit with the paymaster is an important thing too. So just, trying to wire at the last second or something like that, or get all your money together might not work. I would actually suggest having something, setting up the account, doing all that beforehand, so it's not so rushed. The other thing too is you need to have sales tax. When you claim a horse, you actually have to pay California sales tax. So it's actually a little bit more than the claiming price. So what a shake is basically sort of a term of art in the industry when more than one claim is put in for a horse. So if you have two or more horses, we actually have a steward's aide who you see probably down by the winner's circle, who literally puts pills in assigns each trainer and owner, or each claim I should say, a number, throws pills in the bottle, shakes it up, and pulls one out. So that's how the term shake came along, and whoever's number comes out first gets the horse. It's simple as that.
We shook Fern Rich, a horse in the first race today. We shook Fern Rich, right? Yeah, we did. We had a claim in for him, and that's as a new owner, never I think rejoice or anything. Doug and I were lucky enough to grow up out here, very lucky, and we were taught at a young age, probably 18 or 19, never to show emotion after a shake or anything. Because I remember the first time, I'm like, yes, we got him. And it's you kind of, no matter what, you get him or not, you don't rejoice. I think it's the best way to do it, because you never know. You get home or you get back to the barn, and the horse isn't looking as good as you thought. But yeah, we're involved in the shake a lot. We're very superstitious. So you go this time and you think we got him. So he's very superstitious.
What happens after you've claimed a horse? It's yours when?
When the horses break from the gate is when the claim actually occurs. There's kind of movement in the industry to talk about maybe changing that, but I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon. So when the gate opens up, if the horse breaks down, suffers some catastrophic injury, and you're the successful claimant, unfortunately you own a horse that is either injured or no longer alive. By the same token, if it wins by 50, it's yours as well.
Well, the monies go to the previous owners.
That's
If it wins, yeah, the monies go to the previous owners. For the most part, even and the way the state vet examination nowadays, you feel a lot more confident claiming a horse because they go through a pretty good clinical exam before they're allowed to run. So if a horse does have a little bit of a breathing problem, you would never know that, but if they got a little arthritis somewhere, if it's bad enough, they won't be allowed to run. So you can go into it a lot more confidently, I think, now than 10 years ago.
Okay, so after the race, you had a successful claim, then what happens, how does the transfer of ownership work?
Sure. I mean, we obviously approve all claims. The horse goes from the winner's circle, the unsaddling area, to the test barn, which is at sort of different places depending on the track. Here at Hollywood Park is on the backside, so it walks back. And the transfer is actually observed by the official veterinarian. So the new trainer will pick it up at the receiving barn, and it goes to its new home. It does not go back to the original trainer's barn.